My name is Gilbert Padilla, and I was born in a labor camp in near Merced County. The known as Los Palos Y. There's a road called San Juan in 1927. My dad came in for the cotton from Azusa. We migrated, and I was born there. And then after I was born, we moved into Los Baños.
Okay.
But we didn't live there. We just came there for the crops. I'm 89 years old. This year will be my 90th birthday. Still around. I was there in 1927. Right. I come from a large family. We were 9. My parents, name is Longino, and my mother name is Juanita. They came from La Ceneguilla in Zacatecas. And the stories my mother tells me more stories than my father, but my mother tells me the stories that happened in her childhood. And when I asked her how come they left Mexico, and she would tell me that it was very hard then at the time. They were like slaves. They lived in the hacienda. And then the revolution came, and when the carrancistas come in, they would take all their animals and take the girls and stuff. And when the villistas came, they did the same thing. So to them, they were like in limbo. They didn't belong to anybody because they didn't know who or when. And then they got recruited into the United States. In 1916, I think it was. They got recruited. They went out there and recruit people. They came all the way to her story. She told me that story several times because I was amazed at what they did. Is that they brought him across to El Paso, and one of the things that she hates the most, and she hated the most, is that they strip him naked and sprayed him with DDT.
Wow. And
they paid 2 cents to cross the bridge. And all they did was sign their name in a book, and then they were recruited in what they call reenganches, and in railroads, railroad boxes. And they came over and they worked on the railroad. They worked on the railroad from El Paso all the way to Needles, California, right on the edge, and then they crossed back into California. And they worked on the railroad for many years, maybe 5 or 6 some years. And they ended up in Colton, in San Bernardino, where there's what they call El Cerro, because it's a mine, and all the immigrants would come there after the railroad. There was no railroad from San Bernardino up north. There was no more railroad. So they work in Colton, and they worked there until the railroad was over, and then they moved to Azusa